If you've got big dreams but you feel like they're just out of reach, this is for you. Let's be honest, most people aren't living their dream life. They're not even working towards it. They are stuck in stagnation. They're weighed down by survival mode, caught in a web of addictions, tethered to patterns of procrastination, of poor habits, of complacency. It's a mediocre life, and I've been there, and I know it's frustrating as hell. And if you've been there too, you will relate with me when I say this. You feel deflated, unmotivated, depressed, like you can't catch a break. You're constantly wondering how and if you'll ever break the cycle. You lie awake at night, you're replaying the same old doubts. Why can't I get ahead? What's holding me back? How can I break this cycle? Do I even have what it takes? And these questions can be haunting, and left unanswered, they keep you circling the same mountain of frustration, unable to make the climb. Thankfully, there's a way up and out. Right now, I've just returned from Indonesia, and you'll have caught a glimpse of our travels if you've been following me on social media at Kayuta Kiora. Now, what I'm about to share about Indonesia, it certainly relates to the overarching theme here, so stick with me and the payoff will come. So, first of all, I've been re-inspired by the Balinese way of ceremony and prayer. We ended up doing a little workshop with some of the local ladies who taught us how to construct their offering baskets from scratch and the meaning behind some of their prayers. So first, a small little square is folded together with plant material, and that's typically filled with flowers, food, a stick of incense, and these are placed out the front of homes, workplaces, temple shrines as a form of protection, as a gift to the spirits, to the ancestors, the gods, with a little bit of holy water sprinkled on top once they've been placed appropriately. And a fresh one is made and offered every single day. So I think that's really beautiful, and it's something that I want to reincorporate into my own life, the act of making offerings at a set altar. Secondly, I was particularly enthralled by the Kechak fire dance and the trance chant. So if you're not familiar, it's a ritual trance that involves syncopated chanting by over 100 men, and there is a mythological story that accompanies it, and at its peak there is a man riding on horseback through fire and flame, literal fire and flame. Now, I am constantly amazed at cultures that share similar shamanic flavors, you could say, at their core. Trance practices, altered states, the idea of riding on horseback to transcend physical reality and access and journey through other dimensions. So that was really, really neat. Thirdly, we attended a water purification healing ceremony. There was a new place that had just opened up not too far from where we were staying, about half an hour southeast of Ubud. It was a private ritual space where we were guided to cleanse ourselves underneath a small waterfall before the main purification ritual under 3 spouts of water. And it was a beautiful little ceremony. However, and it's kind of a big however, upon finish and making our departure, I looked back and saw quite a disturbing act, however, not that surprising, from the local woman who was facilitating it. Without a second thought, she walked to the table, she picked up all the trash, walked over to the creek, the waterfall was right there flowing down, and she dumped all of that trash into the water, plastic included. Madness. If that is not an example of the sacred and the profane, side by side, I don't know what is. Sacred and the profane, healing and the hindering, prayers and pollution, side by side. And during our time over there this time around, it really became obvious why Indonesia is the second largest producer of ocean plastic in the world. I didn't know this. 1 to 2 tons of plastic float down Indonesian rivers into the sea every single year. It's crazy. And of course, a multitude of factors play their part. Lack of education, stuck in survival mode, unmotivated and lacking the resources to make change, the heavy hand of Western infiltration. It's a tough gig, but when you're stuck in survival mode, it's hard to shift gears and enact positive change, especially when your environment remains the same. It reminds me of a goldfish confined to a small bowl. Like the goldfish, our growth is limited by our surroundings. And it was a prime example, and it reminded me that we all need a shake-up from time to time. When we're stuck in the same environment, thinking the same thoughts, surrounded by the same people, it's no wonder people stay stagnant. We start poisoning our own well springs when this happens. We all need some degree of novelty. Our souls crave new experiences, new challenges, new problems to solve so we can continue to evolve. And foreign environments can stoke the fires of ideation and inspiration, of curiosity and creativity. New experiences can help us dream new possibilities. They can help us cultivate vision. But as I say, vision alone isn't enough. We need action. Without intentional action, dreams die a lonely death in the bone pile of life. The 6 steps to living your dream. Now, if you're ready to make significant leaps forward, or you need some further insight on how to do so, here's one place that you can start. 1. Clarify your vision. What do you want your future to look and feel like? Why do you care? What's most important to you? What are your dreams? And if that's not clear, what's your anti-vision? What is hell on earth for you? What's your nightmare? Move away from that. Number 2, set meaningful projects and goals. You're taking your greater vision and you're chunking that down. Goals, projects. How can you chunk it down? What do they look like? 3, strategies, systems. Develop them. We're talking about the steps that will get you from point A to point B. Number 4 is to structure your life and schedule in tasks accordingly. So what are the high priority, high value tasks that will move the needle the most? Whereabouts in your schedule can you actually schedule them in? 5, be consistent. What commitments do you need to make to stay relentless with your execution and to take intentional action to make purposeful direction happen? And 6, adapt when challenges arise. Can you remain curious and creative when obstacles arise? Can you use these opportunities as fuel for growth? So really, it's a simple path, but simple doesn't necessarily equate to easy, and most people get stuck kicking stones at the base of the mountain instead of trekking towards the summit. A lot of people want the view, but they're not necessarily willing to make the climb. And this is a cold, hard truth. You can't complain about the results that you haven't got because of the work that you haven't done. If you want an exceptional life, you must be willing to be the exception and do the things that most people are not willing to do. Because here's the kicker. Life is full of choices and will forever be sacrificing one thing for another. And if we're not making intentional choices that align with our dreams, that align with our vision, we'll find ourselves living someone else's story. I feel like this is all advice that I could and am giving myself 5 years ago, 10 years ago. So, what holds most people back? Here are three of the biggest reasons people stay stuck. Environment. There's a lot that we could say about the state of our environment today. The external environment, our internal environment. Growth. It requires new surroundings to inspire change. 2, vision. Without that clear direction, you'll follow someone else's. If you haven't clarified your own values, you'll forever be living a life according to someone else's. 3, intentional action. Not many people have it. Dreaming is easy. Disciplined action, purposeful direction isn't. And of course, there's more than 3. But without these 3, we'll forever be living a low-value life full of low-priority tasks that are going to be assigned to us by someone else rather than intentionally cultivated by the power of our own will. So, if you want a different life, change your environment. Rewrite the narrative you're living by changing your thoughts, actions, the environments that you place yourself in. Choose a story that helps, not hinders, your greater vision. I'm not good enough. I don't have what it takes. It's too late for me. Whatever the story is, you'll find evidence to match your beliefs. So if you want a different life, create a different story. And I say this all the time, that it's crazy that people choose the pain and challenge of wallowing in stagnation and complacency rather than choosing the pain and challenge of facing their shadows, growing through adversity, and transforming their reality into something truly meaningful. More advice to myself from 5 to 10 years ago. If you're uninspired and you don't know where to look, get around people that are passionate about things. Get around people who are expanders. Get around people who have vision and who are actively on the path of choosing intentional action and purposeful direction. Get around better environments and let something hit you. Allow yourself to be open to a bigger transmission. Follow your curiosity. Let the spark of creativity ignite something inside you. Whatever it is, find what lights you up and follow that. Change your beliefs, change your behaviors, acquire new evidence, rewire your brain, rewrite your story, recreate your life. Let's talk about the monumentally life-altering power of vision. So, in late October, early November this year, 2024, we held our most recent vision quest. And at completion, it was evident that the pathways to anchor in powerful vision for our lives are still alive and well. This kind of ancient wilderness-based initiatory passage rite, vision quest, it ticks all the right boxes. It places us in a foreign environment that stimulates change. It forces us to be still and empty our cups so we can be filled with renewed vitality and vision. It serves as a life reset, inspiring us to move forward with the intentional action needed to ground our dreams into reality. And after our vision quest, I received some amazing emails, some testimonials, if you will. And they're all up on the website, coyotekiora.com/testimonials, if you want to head straight there. But here are some words. I really want to share these words that illustrate the potency of this work. First, from Maurice. I can't express how monumentally life-altering this experience was for me. Emerging as a man with renewed vitality, greater clarity of the bigger vision, and my power and place in manifesting it. And most importantly, with the beautifully heavy responsibility and commitment of daily service to my tribe and progress toward my North Star. From Peter. At 57 years old, life circumstances led me toward retiring from my professional work. There were questions that haunted me in my newfound retirement phase. Who was I? What will my next chapter be? What was my life purpose? I had a calling for a nature-based vigil. After meeting Cayuta, I completed my first vision quest at 58 years old. It was the most powerful transformation process I had ever experienced. From Tracy, aka Mama Gaia. What an exceptional experience you created for us all. I'm envisioning what the new Book of Gaia looks like and what I want to bring into my life, alongside my medicine gifts to offer community and spirit. I'm forever grateful for the profound healing that I received. I would recommend this to anyone who is up for a challenge and who is willing to go within, who really wants to move their soul to evolve, grow, expand, and push the boundaries and become the person they want to become. All the answers are within us. We just need the time out. No distractions. Nature is our mirror. So, the words speak for themselves. This work changes lives. And as you might be able to tell, I sincerely believe in the power, the potency of this work. I'm just so passionate about these types of wilderness-based initiatory passage rites. So for those that heed the call, the potential is huge to create ripples and waves in our lives. From mediocre lives to vision-led lives, intentional action, purposeful direction, lives aligned to mission, vision, purpose, vitality, health, to heart, soul, and spirit. The thing is, though, with these experiences, there's a lot of things, but you can't just have an experience like this and expect the experience to be all that it is and to do all the work for you. Yes, it's a catalyst, but as I mentioned, you still need to follow those 6 steps to anchor your vision into reality. 1, have the vision. 2, chunk down the vision into smaller goals and projects that will help you get there. 3, clarify the systems so you can take intentional action. Yeah, systems equates the process of getting from point A to point B. 4, create the structure in your daily life to appropriately schedule in high priority, high leverage, actionable tasks. 5, Remove distractions. Be consistent. Be relentless with your execution. And 6, remain curious. Be creative. Adapt when challenges arise and follow your intuition towards new opportunities that feel truly aligned to your greater vision. So, taking the next step. Our next Vision Quest, it's happening April 26th, May 3rd, 2025, autumn, about 3.5 hours from Melbourne. There are limited spots available. This one's already generating interest. Our last one booked out. Seems like this one will too. And as I say, many people hear the call. Few take heed and follow through. And truth be told, this is about more than just self-improvement or personal development. It's about reclaiming and stepping into the power, clarity, and confidence that inspires others. It's about grounding your dream into reality with intentional action and becoming a beacon of light, a beacon of purpose amongst your peers, your people. It's about cultivating the kind of alignment that sets you apart from the mundane and the mediocre. So early birds end soon. It's the perfect time as an end-of-year gift to yourself, something meaningful that you can schedule into your calendar that you know is going to create huge ripples in your life. I really believe in this work, and this could be the reset that you've been searching for, the spark that sets your dreams into motion. If you're feeling it, if you're hearing the call, don't sit on the fence for too long. It'll be another long wait till the next one rolls around. And I'm going to share a beautiful and evocative passage with you from the environmentalist Edward Abbey. It goes like this. May your trails be crooked, winding, lonesome, dangerous, leading to the most amazing view. May your mountains rise into and above the clouds. May your rivers flow without end, meandering through pastoral valleys, tinkling with bells, past temples and castles, and poets' towers into a dark primeval forest where tigers belch and monkeys howl. Through miasmal and mysterious swamps, and down into a desert of red rock, blue mesas, domes and pinnacles and grottos of endless stone, and down again into a deep, vast, ancient, unknown chasm where bars of sunlight blaze on profiled cliffs, where deer walk across the white sand beaches, where storms come and go as lightning clangs upon the high crags, where something strange and more beautiful and more full of wonder than your deepest dreams waits for you, beyond that next turning of the canyon walls. Get in touch. If the idea of Vision Quest inspires you, reach me on the website cayutakiora.com, join the newsletter. You'll also gain access to my free 21-page ebook, 13 Secrets of Becoming and Choosing a Visionary Medicine Facilitator. You can find me on social media at cayutakiora, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter. I'm on YouTube, Spotify. So come and follow along. And I'm just finishing off a cup of one of my favorite hot drinks, outside of coffee that is. And it's a tasty blend of Mason's mushrooms and Jing. And if you know, you know, from the one and only Super Feast, who specialize in providing premium tonic herbs and medicinal mushrooms like reishi, chaga, lion's mane, cordyceps, hishu wu, eucommia bark, deer antler, the list goes on. And these have been used for centuries in traditional Chinese medicine and are renowned for their adaptogenic properties, nourishing and supporting the kidneys, adrenals, reproductive system, healthy aging, vitality, overall resilience. We swear by this stuff. I've got a coupon code for Superfeast, so anytime you make an order and use the coupon code, it helps support this show and you get 10% off every single order. So you can check that out, their products out at superfeast.com.au. Use the code Cayuta10. That's Cayuta10, all in capital letters at checkout. Jot it down for later. I'll leave you with it. I trust this episode has been fruitful like birdsong on morning wind. I'm your host, Cayuta. Until next time.